Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
This is Dale the Demon Torborg.
My name is Bryce Rensburg. I'm the Chikara Senior Official.
This is April Hunter from AprilHunter.com.
I'm Bobby Ches, a three-time world champion, Showtime expert analyst.
This is Coolio with the Flow, a.k.a. the Ghetto Gourmet.
This is Dan the Beast Severn, the only Triple Crown champion in the UFC history.
Hi, everybody. This is Jerry the King Lawler. That's right, WWE Hall of Famer.
This is Jeff Damon from Deadliest Warrior on Spike TV.
You have tuned in and are now live listening to the three-time NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Scrapper Anna Pierce. And just like you, I am also locked in. And, brother, we are beyond ringside.
Welcome to the original Rockin' Wrestling Radio Show. Welcome to Beyond Ringside, your source for wrestling, MMA, and boxing in the Southeast. To contact the Ringside Roundtable of Beyond Ringside, email them at beyondringside@gmail.com. And now, your host for Beyond Ringside, the man, no myth, all legend, Fast Eddie Lane.
Insanity? Calamity? I just don't know of any other words that'll rhyme with that right now. 25 before the top of the hour, kicking things off on this Sunday, October the 11th. Should I say October the 11th yet? Yeah, we'll keep that in the lexicon for right now. Greetings. Hoping everybody's having a great weekend. We're going to keep this thing going, have a little bit of fun right now. The trifecta kicks off on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, live from Studio One. Thank you to everybody listening today. I'd like to welcome in tag team partner, the one, the only, the birthday boy in the house, Mark Mabo Bowman. How you doing, my friend?
I'm all right.
Too much celebrating this weekend?
What celebrating? I don't celebrate.
I figured you might have gone to Sonic and had a cake shake.
Oh, God, no. Trying to win this weight loss challenge, and I was going to Sonic for a shake. It wouldn't be a cake shake. I don't understand the concept of all this birthday cake stuff.
Really?
Like birthday cake Oreos, birthday cake Chips Ahoy, birthday cake ice cream, birthday cake shakes. I don't like birthday cake. Well, not so much. I like cake. I just don't like. I guess I'm not a vanilla or buttercream icing / frosting. By the way, what's the difference between the two? I'm just not a fan of that. Like yellow cake or white cake, I guess. But at least change up, the icing frosting, gimmick there. Make it strawberry or chocolate or, something. Maybe it's just me.
You said the word challenge a minute ago, and for some reason, the first thing that popped in my head was the challenge between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. Dub Smash Challenge. That's what I was thinking of. It took me a second.
Right.
My brain's not fully operational today. It's been a great weekend, but it's been a long.
Today's the day it's not operational. Today.
Of course.
Today. Oh, okay.
That means I'm relying on you to carry the lion's share of the show today.
Oh, well, we are screwed. We are screwed.
Do you kind of wish they could have an NXT takeover event every week?
Oh. No, they do. It's called the TV show.
Well, I know that. But this past Wednesday on the network, TakeOver, respect, nicely played, well done, all the way across the board. You know what's funny?
Midgets.
That too. Clowns, just don't put him around Francisco Chiazzo. He will lose his mind.
Wait, no, you know what's funny? Midgets who get, and I know it's technically a derogatory term, but midgets who get suspended for wellness violation policies.
Wow.
Yeah. You heard about that, didn't you?
No, actually I didn't.
Yeah, just a little sidebar real quick. Old Schwagel there got his first his first wellness violation policy thing, wellness policy violation.
To which I'm actually quite surprised that he's still there.
I am too, along with a couple others. But from what I've heard, it was because it was actually a cough button. It was actually some kind of. It's a rule that you got to, sometimes they'll tell you when you're going to take it, and sometimes it's a surprise. And they showed up at his house as a surprise, and he had to, you have to produce urine within a set amount of time, or it's an automatic violation. And apparently he didn't have to go in the time. He tried to go and he couldn't go in the time period that they needed. So, but this is all allegedly. Of course, what the dirt sites are posting, but they're saying he couldn't go, so then they automatically slapped him with a violation.
And a suspension?
No, 30 days. Yeah.
Wow. Really? Yep. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I heard, but I mean, he's not on TV, so you wouldn't be able to tell if he was suspended or not. But the other thing was Kurt Hawkins, Brian Myers got married over the weekend, and CM Punk filmed it, and I guess they were introducing the wedding party. They were at some big place. I mean, there was a lot of, from what I could tell from the video, there was a lot of stars. But Hornswoggle, they were introducing it. Hornswoggle fell down the stairs. And
that'll help.
He got back up, and whether he was intoxicated or not, or inebriated, I don't know. But you hear Big E scream, "Not surprised," after he falls.
Really?
Yes, but for all you wrestling fans who are about to get married or whatever, planning your wedding, you will never be. You might have an awesome, if you have a wrestling themed wedding. Or not even a wrestling-themed wedding. You might just, might have an awesome wedding, but you'll never have a Howard Finkel announcing your wedding party wedding, ever. Because Howard Finkel was announcing the wedding party down the stairs.
Now, that would be cool.
Oh, it was.
That would be cool.
It was only maybe, a minute or so, not even that much. But,
right.
To hear him, so.
That's actually a scary concept for me.
What?
I'm surprised I didn't think of that.
To have Howard Finkel at your wedding?
Yeah.
You have to get married first.
That was years ago, dude.
Oh.
Remember, I did get married once.
Oh, once. You ought not shoot me, Johnny.
And that's all it took, too. Once.
You ought not shoot me, Johnny. My mother shot me, Johnny.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw this one out there. One of the comments that I've seen on one of the boards, message boards, so to speak, comment sections, all of the above, was why did they bother to put the Dusty Rhodes Memorial Trophy on Finn Balor and Samoa Joe? Why wouldn't they put it on somebody who could actually use a push and not two respective stars, and especially a thrown-together team?
I don't know, man. Obviously they didn't do it like, old school where it was, the tournament was all one night. They spread it out and stuff.
Right.
Over various house shows and some of the TV tapings or network tapings. I mean, I was wondering that myself as I was watching established tag teams drop off. I mean, look at the Vaudevillains.
Right.
Tag team champions. They lost. Look at Blake and Murphy, former tag team champions.
Right.
They lost. I mean, there was Enzo and Big Cass. I would have pegged Enzo and Big Cass. Not that they need the push. I mean, God, those guys are over by themselves, or without the help of any kind of title or anything. Although I think they did deserve the title, and they should have won in Brooklyn. But the fact that they, and there's no knock on Joe or Finn Balor.
It's really not. But by the same token, not meaning to cut you off, but I'm going to sit back and say like this. I'm good with it, but I would be equally as good if a more established team in NXT had been the ones to take it.
Well, I mean, you had two established teams, because I would have understood if two established teams went into the the finals, but it wasn't even two established teams. It was, Joe and Balor, and then Rhino and Corbin. So I was just kind of like, really?
Well,
I mean, no knock on either one of those, but they're talking about and wanting to push Jordan and Gable, even though that, once again, this is just all take everything. Always, believe it or not, this is a little secret, kids. Take what you read on the internet with a grain of salt.
yes.
I mean, it's just a little rumor that I heard about. Taking a grain of salt there. But they're wanting to push Jordan and Gable, even though from what I've heard that certain people are crapping on Gable because he's smaller, even though he's entertaining as hell. The crowd is along with him. Now, will that translate over to the main roster? Who knows? Sometimes it works. Like Kevin Owens, and then sometimes it doesn't, like the Ascension. But that was another team that was in the first round that didn't make it, the Ascension. That would have been a perfect way to reestablish them, but did not. So I personally would have, had either Enzo and Cass, or, you've had guys who are very similar to former foes of Dusty, with and Tully and Arn. You got Dawson and Dash Wilder, or who are very similar to, in my opinion, to the Brainbusters as far as what they could become. I mean, they're obviously just starting out, but plus they rock those cool satin tour jackets. If only they could wear I think they did wear the Ribera jackets, but that would be it's neither here nor there. But you could have slapped them on them. They're a good, solid, established tag team, but that could have made them even better,
Right.
or at least give them a little bit of rub, something. Come on. But I was thinking maybe like when Balor tagged himself in and then blew his knee out in the semifinals.
Right.
Yeah, I figured, okay, well maybe that's going to lead to something with Joe versus Finn Balor for the starter program in that. And, that would be awesome. Oh, my goodness.
That would be good. And like I say, looking at the team of the Mechanics, Dawson and Wilder, I think they would have made a logical choice as well to be the winners of the Dusty Memorial Classic. And I got tickled when I was really tickled when I saw somebody post on the internet, and I think it was on Facebook, why is it just the Dusty Classic? Why isn't it Dusty and Dick Murdoch? They were the ones who put together a great tag team. It's like, that does make a little bit of sense, but Dick Murdoch didn't have anything to do with NXT.
Well, I understand that, but maybe not so much looking at it from a tag team perspective, but one, all he did for NXT, and two, for all the crazy tournaments that he always tried to book.
That's true too.
Let's see, what did he have? He had the Bunkhouse.
The Bunkhouse Stampede, of course.
Oh God, that's the next set that I wish they would do. Anybody who's listened to this show for more than a year know that, I love Battle Royals, especially the Royal Rumble, and then War Games, which is a Dusty creation. Those are some of my favorite matches, or to watch, sit down and watch. But I used to love the concept and the idea of the Bunkhouse Stampede. It's guys coming down. It was almost like a precursor to the hardcore division.
Agreed.
You got guys coming down in, I'm not going to say necessarily Western wear, but they're in their jeans and T-shirts, and then it was a battle royal. Obviously, you got toss people out, but you could use cowbells or your boot or whatever. You could bring a weapon into the battle royal, which is something you don't see hardly these days. And then turn around, and then each winner, each time you won, you got a spot in the finals.
Right.
And what was even better was, I think there was a couple of guys who won the qualifying battle royals. So that means that there was even less people in the final, which means there was even less people that you had to throw out to win the big boot. If I'm not mistaken, it was a big boot, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. We also all know I like Battle Bowl, Lethal Lottery. Love those two.
Now, was Battle Bowl Lethal Lottery a Dustyism?
I thought Lethal Lottery was a Dusty.
I really don't remember.
Huh?
I really don't remember, because I could swear that he might have been in WWE at the time that Battle Bowl Lethal Lottery was created, because that was 93, and I don't think he was in WCW.
You sure it was 93 or wasn't sooner than that?
Okay, it may. I remember that they held Battle Bowl 93 in Pensacola, Florida.
I don't know, dude. Like I said, I thought it was, pretty much anything that was, wacky. I pretty much consider anything wacky in the NWA, WCW at the time, whatever you want to classify it as.
Okay.
I just consider that. Dusty came up with it.
That would normally be a great idea. Let's see. I'm trying to find the synopsis for it, and yes, I'm looking at everything from Obsessed with Wrestling to Wikipedia.
I'm just Wikipedia should. But we've had two. While you look, I'll vamp.
Go ahead.
Over the past two shows, we've had two, no pun intended, excellent guests in Tim the Toolman. Not Tim the Toolman. Tim, good God. His name is actually, his Twitter is not the Toolman. Tim Taylor and the Proletariat Boar of Moldova, both from Excellence Pro, and Boar from Chikara. No guest tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to try an experiment. For those of you who follow Beyond Ringside or myself or Triple H and Stephanie McMahon from the WWE, I decided to get the wild idea just to tweet them and be like, hey, if you guys aren't busy, why don't you call in? And then Beyond Ringside was kind enough to retweet it. Eddie, I think, retweeted it.
Yes, I did.
And so I tried. Cough button. So, yeah, this is why they won't come on. Very professional cough buttons. So decided to retweet it before I took my pre-show nap, or decided to tweet it before I took my and just now. So if you're out there, if you're listening, so it'd probably be Daryl B, and then about, a couple hundred people who will hear this a couple days from now when they're doing their laundry and they need something to listen to in the background. Tweet at Triple H or at Stephanie McMahon. Tweet them the number 205-316-9900 if you're, or if you're from not around the States, 1-205-316-9900, and convince them to call in, preferably today. Why? Because I think it would just be funny as hell if Triple H or Stephanie McMahon called in, first of all, on my birthday. Second of all, if they just called in, I think that would be hilarious. And, well, I just like to, maybe we could ask them, hey, what was the choice of Joe and Finn winning the, why them? Let's talk NXT. I don't want to talk about WWE with them. Maybe like talk about the people who are in the WWE who former NXT talent, but I'd like to talk to them about NXT.
I've got to sit back and say this. I was home last night for a little while, and which is an accomplishment for me to be home on a Saturday night. Honestly, it is.
That's kind of unusual.
Yeah, I will not be doing the same thing next Saturday night. I will actually be back with Peach State Wrestling Alliance in Carrollton, Georgia, at Central Elementary School. More later. I finally got a chance to see the opening of Raw from this past Monday night. My DVR decided to go schizoid on me. And from that vantage point, I finally saw the segment where Stephanie came out and interrupted Seth Rollins. Or the part of the show where Stephanie came out, interrupted Seth Rollins after Seth made the comment to Kane about him and Tom Brady both having deflated balls. Remember, they are in Boston, backyard of the New England Patriots. And, of course, Stephanie came out and said, how dare you do that about the great Tom Brady, who, of course, will lead the New England Patriots, getting the crowd completely and totally behind her, totally blowing the heel bit for a second there, and I loved it. This is something that I've got to sit back and say. I have been one of the main ones, and I've had conversations with different promoters about this, different promoters with whom I've worked, about the limited general usefulness of a true heel. Okay, the obnoxious, power-mad heel authority figure. General manager, commissioner, whatever. Because I don't think I'm the only one who was severely and totally burned out during the Monday Night Wars when Bischoff, being the one in, with the NWO and in charge of WCW, would constantly change things around. It got old after the second time he did it. And the one thing that Hunter and Steph have been doing that even Vince didn't do that often, or God hate me for saying this, please forgive me, that well, was flip. And I don't mean ass over shoulders. I mean the concept of being able to go and act pure babyface 1 second and pure heel the next and tween the next. To where the fans have to sit back and respect the personality more than the role that they're in. And that is a huge chunk of psychology that a lot of people don't quite grasp when it comes to modern day wrestling and sports entertainment. I was having a great conversation. Actually, what's funny, yesterday morning, the Saturday Showcase, Shooters Gallery, with myself, Shane Knowles, Robert Cosper, and special guests, formerly the Master of Malice, Mark James, but the Brute, Mark James. And we were talking about psychology and how a lot of companies look, a lot of promoters don't genuinely use psychology in the basis for the way that they book a card. And we were all just sitting back going, yeah, we remember this, and you put this together. It's like, not only, see, to me, there's the psychology includes the continuity of a show. And there's more to the continuity of a pro wrestling live event or sports entertainment live event than meets the eye. But you follow my drift on that?
Something like that.
No, but the thing about it is when Steph came out, and you expect Steph to be the Dyna bitch, and her character, that is, and yet she comes out and just totally pops the crowd. But yet, lo and behold, when she's getting ready to walk off, she turns around and faces Corporate Kane and goes, and for the if the Demon Kane loses, then Corporate Kane loses his job. And it's like, nice pin back, nice flip back. I appreciated that. I thought it was humorous. I smiled. I enjoyed it. It was well played. And that is something that you always have to take into consideration when you play situations like that. How well can you genuinely get this to go out across to the audience, and how well are they going to accept it? How well are they going to run with it? I correct myself. And I don't like to use the term accept it. That's why I stopped and made the change to the term run with it. There is a huge difference there. Plain and simple, genuinely. But you saw the segment that I'm referring to, right?
Well, yeah, it was the opening one.
Of course. Well, I didn't know if you caught all of Raw this week. There are times when we say something and the other one hasn't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, usually Raw. I usually watch. So.
Your thoughts?
But
Steph,
my thoughts
the opening.
What?
Steph, Rollins, Kane, opening segment.
I think it was what it was. Yeah, that's really all I can say. It was what it was.
Why did I just have a Jack Handy moment from frickin' Saturday Night Live?
What are you talking about?
Give you that build-up, give you the lead-in, all of a sudden... Okay. That was just hilarious, dude. Hashtag gerbil Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, man. It's just, what it was.
And you know something? I am so glad that got a pop out of Tunzi. I'm just sitting back reading his reaction going, Cool.
Yeah, he's never heard that. So.
You know, that is something that we have not had in forever and a day. And actually, I've noticed this. I've known this. I just keep hoping the situation will arise to either A, he feels inclined and motivated to do it, because I'll say this, Tunzi, if you're listening, dude, you know you've got a golden, platinum, diamond encrusted invitation anytime you want to call in. Can it get any higher on the totem pole than that?
He's not listening. He never listens.
I figured this would be the day that he listens, considering it is your birthday.
Nah. He's posting on Facebook right now, though. He's posting his Christmas music.
It's only October. There is no... Oh, Lord.
Well, hey, no. He feels that if they could start whipping out, stuff like that, then he could whip out his Christmas music.
Then more power to him. Look, and there's a difference between Tunzi listening to, and we're referring to great friend, close friend of the family, Adam Coffey, nicknamed 2 Tons of Agony, nicknamed Tunzi. There's a difference between Tunzi listening to Christmas music anytime and every time, and a radio station with a 100,000 watt blowtorch, which is normally one of the top 5 in the market, starting to play. I almost said country. Shoot me. And Christmas music in the month of September. To which I will expound on the country side of it by going, Brad Paisley's new release, Country Nation, or newer release, Country Nation. Excellent song. Love it. Had a chance. I mean, I'm really appreciative of the fact that they are using it for College Game Day on ESPN. I'm glad it's worldwide release as far as the single goes. And I just, long-time listeners know the fact that I do enjoy country music just as much as I enjoy rock and roll and hip-hop. Classical, polka, all of the above, bluegrass. Hey, gotta son of a gun. If you're gonna play in Texas, gotta have a fiddle in the band.
I was wondering if that's what you were going for.
It was. A mind is such a terrible thing to have. That's why I gave mine to charity years ago. Well, the loaded question is, and I'm not going to put it out there in the form of a challenge. I will sit back and say this. Triple H, Steph, if you have a free moment and would like to call in and say hi, talk about this past week's NXT takeover and the current situations in WWE as they're, in NXT as they're moving forward. We would genuinely appreciate the opportunity to have you on the show. It's 205-316-9900. You never know what's going to happen around Beyond Ringside Sports Radio. I put it out there, and I put out the invitation. None of the true cast of this show plays suck up or yes man to anybody. Trust me, we argue off air about crap all the time. And okay, spirited discussion is the term we can use. But as far as that goes, you're talking to 2 people right here who genuinely appreciate what has happened with the NXT product and how it has grown. So we would love the opportunity to be able to at least say that, to where you can come back and say, okay, we know, go away, bye-bye. And of course, having met and sat with Hunter on more than one occasion, that'd be cool as hell. It's been a while since he had that first and second quad injury, so I don't know how well he'd remember being in Birmingham, even though he didn't drink the entire time that I was around him. And normally,
probably not if he just had the surgery.
You know what I mean. Tell you what, let's take it to the top of the hour break. We will be back. What?
Nothing. I just saw the Excellence Pro Wrestling title. It's very nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot me a copy of that.
I don't know how.
Okay. Are you on a laptop desktop? Or are you on your phone?
I'm on my iPad.
Oh, okay. See, I don't do Apple that often. I need to learn how. I really do. Folks, hang tight.
Just go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I forgot we're going to break.
Yeah, really. We'll be back in just a minute. This on Thorzine somehow is Beyond Ringside Live.
This is Dr. Tom Pritchard, and if you want to listen to the best in professional wrestling, get locked in to Beyond Ringside.
When planning your next party or special event, insist on the best. Full Range Entertainment is a professional entertainment company providing a full range of services. From professional disc jockeys and MCs to catering and photography, when the details of your special day must be perfect, call us first. Wedding receptions, corporate parties, school functions, birthday celebrations, and more. We also have Birmingham's largest selection of karaoke tracks available. With over 40 years combined experience, Full Range Entertainment can provide you with the talent and professionalism you need and deserve to make your next event one you'll never forget. For more information on the full range of services we offer, call 533-HITS. That's 533-HITS. Or check us out on our website at fullrangeentertainment.com.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Universal Soldier Phil Shatter, also TNA Gunner. 2 years in the making as NWA National Heavyweight Champion, making my way to the top as #1 in the world. And you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Southern Legacy Wrestling is proud to present their North Alabama debut Sunday, October 18th at 2 p.m. at Northwest Shoals Community College in Muscle Shoals. 5 big matches including AIWF World Champion Damian Wayne versus Crimson and Mr. Anderson versus Jeremiah Plunkett, plus Cowboy James Storm, The Rock and Roll Express, Michael Steele, and Haberjack. Tickets are $15 general admission, $20 ringside, and children under 5 are admitted free with the purchase of an adult general admission ticket. Doors open at 1 and bell time is at 2. Get your tickets early so you don't have to miss any of the exciting action. Advanced tickets are available at Dynamic Fitness in Tuscumbia and Decatur, Unlimited Fitness in Muscle Shoals, Extreme Fitness in Killen, and Pegasus Records in Florence. Don't miss all of the action Sunday, October 18th at Northwest Shoals Community College. For more information, visit www.slwwrestling.com. Southern Legacy Wrestling, where tradition lives. Oh, my God!
This is Bambi Weevil with Masters of Ring Entertainment, and you are locked in to Beyond Ringside.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
The board is war, and you are locked into Beyond Ringside.
Do you like beer? Do you like business? Do you like businesses that make beer? Then you'll love this new show. It's the Beer Trail Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Price, and we're going to travel through the world of craft beer and talk to the breweries and see how they got started and what inspired them to make their beer. So check it out at thebeertrailpodcast.com and tell your friends, and hope to see you on the trail.
This is Super Cop Dick Justice, America's favorite wrestler, American-born hero. And right now, like a stiff bear hug, you are locked into Beyond Ringside.
Oh, yes! This is Paul Bearer, and some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
This is Ace Haven from Pro South Wrestling, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
This is Evan Ginsberg, associate producer of the movie The Wrestler, host of Legends Radio and Legends TV, and you're locked into Beyond Ringside.
You forgot to say 1. I've been sitting here waiting.
Well, sorry, I farted. I was failing it.
10 minutes after the top of the hour, Beyond Ringside Live continues live from a multiple location station. Fast Eddie Lane on this side of the control panel, live from Studio One, welcoming back in tag team partner and the birthday boy, live from hashtag Gerbil Jesus Central. That's gonna be trending in about 5 seconds ago. Mark Mabo Bowman, welcome back.
What was all that interference, man?
I'd like to welcome in a old friend of the show from days gone by. He actually came on one time when you were out sick. And
is it Triple H? Is it Triple H?
No, it's not Triple H. God knows we're still trying for that one. You and I had the discussion about this individual a couple of weeks ago, and I actually got in touch with him and said, would you be willing to call in for Mabo's birthday? He said, and among other things, he said, sure. And I would like to say, all the way from Doodleyville, USA, he is Dubba Ray Doodley. Long time no talk to. How you been?
It's the most ridiculous name ever.
Yeah, I know, but it's still funny as hell.
Jesus Christ. Happy birthday, Mabel. How you doing?
I'm fine.
I know
he got really quiet. I think he's trying to figure out who this is.
Well, yeah, no. I'm thinking it's Mark James.
Let's go to the tape and see. You are correct, sir.
Okay, I was like,
Is it a letdown? Would you rather me be the voice? Rather have one of those on here? That'd be great.
Ladies and gentlemen, longtime friend of the family, and actually he did go by the moniker of Dubba Ray Doodley a while back and part of a tag team in North Carolina in the Mid-Atlantic States.
I say that. Every time you say it, he gets depressed.
Who, me or him?
Yeah, it's like it was not fun. Well, it was a fun time. I'm not gonna lie, but it was not. It was not a time that I really enjoyed as far as, what I was doing in the business and everything else. We were over like crazy, but I just thought it was ridiculous. But it is what it is. I got to meet you guys off of that. That was pretty cool.
Actually, it was all of the above, and we were actually Mark was special guest yesterday on Saturday Showcase, the Shooters Gallery, and I was telling Kaz and Shane about the trifecta that started it all. The way that you and Dick Foley, Jim Fox, were doing Power Pro Talk. Down here, we were doing Beyond Ringside. And over in Texas, you had Angel Clark, DJ Texas Bull Rider, on her morning show. And we actually worked together to run a full-scale storyline build-up for one of the Power Pro shows, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first times we all worked together, and I think it went over great, man. It was I'm not sure how many listeners really cared, but we had a good time with it at least. And God, what was the heat with that? That was during deal with me and Tito when Tito was suspended,
right?
I believe after the kidnapping of my mother back in the day, and I was going on trying to talk Jimbo into letting him back in for me to kick his ass. God, that was such a long time ago. It's hard to remember. But,
you've been hit with a few chairs between now and then.
It went over really well.
Yeah, because I remember the conversation. That's a munchkin
My
crying.
son's in the back cutting promo. Sorry.
Did you say throwing up?
No, he's cutting a promo.
No. Yeah, he's cutting a promo.
Your son's in the background throwing up. I was like, well, stop talking to us and go help him.
No, he's in the back, and he's been around wrestling all day. He was at a show earlier today, and he was running around the ring, and he's, cutting promos on people in the audience and stuff like that, and now he's in the back just talking with his bear hat on. So I'm all Family Guy now.
Now, was this a singles match today, or was this a tag team match for the Brutes?
It was.
Or was this the crisscross?
Jimmy was in Virginia. He was wrestling Shane Douglas at the Pure Pro event up there. Today, I was. It was weird. He tagged me with another guy out of another tag team that his partner wasn't there.
Bravado.
Against another actual tag team, which is always really awkward. And then we had a battle royal at the end of it. So, but it was okay there. It was good.
Yeah, this was the show you were telling me about, where you from one half of the Brutes teamed up with somebody else who was one half of another recognized team who was taking on one.
Oh, no, that's next week.
That's next week. Okay, so
it just happened twice in a row. So it's all the same.
Only in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Because
I've have to have a talk with promoters after this and tell them, look, guys, I'm in a tag team. If you want to put me in my tag team. If you want me in a tag match, if not, just put me in a singles and we'll be fine. I don't like tagging with other people. It's hard to build up that relationship and the trust that you have with a tag partner, and over time, like Jimmy and I have that, and it's easy with us. You know what I mean? But
right.
If you're trying to do it with a guy, it's just a one-off. Like it never really works well. It's just not comfortable. But either way, yeah. So I made it through. I didn't die, so I'm happy with that, I guess.
Now, you and I were speaking off air. You're actually going to be down close to our neck of the woods. You'll be in Atlanta, Georgia in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to go down for the AWE show and on the 25th at the Masquerade. It's supposed to be like the last show they're having at Masquerade or something like that.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool because I worked there back in the day with PCW. One of my first times wrestling down in Atlanta, so it'd be nice to get there for the last show they're doing in there. I think they sold it, right?
The Masquerade, I think, has been sold.
Yeah, so they sold it, or they like tearing it down, or something like that.
You know, I've heard rumors about that place being torn down for about 10 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's a nice spot. I mean, it's a really cool club, so a good venue.
Yeah, it really is. Between it was triple floored, heaven, purgatory, and hell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really cool, really cool. Anyway, we called up for Mabel's birthday. He's not even talking. Mark, say something.
You guys were talking. I'm trying. Hey, look, I'm trying to get Triple H and Stephanie on. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, good. You keep working on that.
Yeah, it's so going to happen. If I tweet to him long enough, it so will happen. Or at least you know anybody that can do like a really bad Triple H impression, and I don't mean just like spit water in the phone. I mean like.
I know a lot of people that can do really bad impressions. There's a guy, Leo Riker, around here that has like 5,000 gimmicks, and I'm sure he could pull off a Triple H if he really wanted to. It'd be a horrible impression, but it would be there.
Then we need to get him to call in just to sate my craving just for some reason to have Triple H call in. I don't know why.
He did one yesterday. It was Riker Einsteiner. And it was he was wearing
what?
the.
Sorry, hold on. Say that name one more time.
It was Riker Einsteiner. So he's got a singlet that has like E = MC squared all over it, and he's wearing the headgear and all that stuff, and he's doing like a Rick Steiner gimmick, but he dyed his hair gray for his hair and his mustache gray for the Albert Einstein portion of it. So his name was Riker Einsteiner. Was his gimmick.
So if Albert Einstein had gotten to the business.
Yes. it's outstanding.
That sounds magical. Oh my gosh, that sounds magical.
Oh, it's great, man. He did a trucker gimmick at one point that he got all dressed up in the trucker gear, but he put like self tanner just on his left arm from the bottom of like a short sleeve shirt to his wrist. And that was it. So show like the truckers, driving tan.
Dude, that's to me that is
the guy's awesome.
Right there.
Yeah, he's awesome. Leo Riker is his name on Facebook. The guy, he's outstanding. I swear. Just follow him. He's really fun.
Wait, did you say Will Riker?
Leo Riker.
Like Commander Riker?
Like Leo, Leo, like the lion.
Oh, Leo. Oh, I thought you said Will.
Yeah,
I was like, holy crap, it's Commander Riker from Star Trek?
No, that's Jonathan Frakes.
He's done that before, too. He's done a Star Trek gimmick also.
Wait a minute,
I'm telling you, this guy's really fun.
Wait a minute, I was about to say he's done the Jonathan Frakes bit as in piss off every Star Trek fan out there?
Probably, yeah. I think him and this guy, Court Montgomery, both did a Star Trek gimmick at a Gouge show, who is also very well known for all their gimmicks and all that stuff. They're I have seen on Trash Bag Wrestlers, and you're not getting booked. A lot of the Gouge guys are on there. So.
Yeah, Tony. If I remember correctly, you're not being booked. Tony Givens runs that, and I'm trying to run. I don't even know who runs Trash Bag.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't?
Actually.
I know he pushes for it all the time.
No, he used to. Tony got out of that a year or so ago, and the guys that run cheapheat.com run it now. So
I'd rather Tony run it.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, like they left all his info on there, so he's taking the heat for all this crap.
Oh, great.
That these guys are doing. Yeah, because I hit Tony up after the last time. Those guys, I mean, they're just pricks, and it is what it is. And they put a poster up there and they're talking junk. I'm like, first off, it was 6 years ago and nobody cares. Secondly, it's not affecting any of my booking, so keep posting that. I don't give a shit. Excuse the language. Again, God, I haven't been on one of your shows in a while. So, but, and then, yeah, so he just kept doing it over and over again and just being stupid about it. And I'm like, look, if I don't know what you're trying to accomplish, but you're not going to affect it. You're not hurting any of us, and you're just looking like an idiot. So it is what it is. I was like, the show's drew. They drew very well. The people loved it. The crowd was entertained. And, I mean, we packed out that theater God knows how many times. And you've even been up to a couple of shows. You saw the fans reacted to stuff we were doing. You know?
Yeah.
Good. We did good business. So, but they're just dead set on ruining it. And I'm at the point right now that if you want to, the only thing you can do is just show a bad light on the business. Why are you even around the business? Like, why do you care? Why do you want to tear down what we have? Because all those sites do is bring up crap that nobody should ever see anyway.
Right.
And, you know, and then you're just giving it new light. And now all these people are looking into that. And that's stuff like that is the reason why $5 wrestling is freaking popular. The most ridiculous thing in the world. And all those guys think they're freaking superstars, and they're terrible. And it was a joke. And now they think they're the greatest thing in the world. So, albeit Freight Train's a really nice guy. But
he is.
Still.
Matter of fact, Mabo, you've interviewed Freight Train before.
Why you gonna bring that up, Eddie? Why you gonna bring that up? Why, Eddie? Why?
Because I love you like a brother.
Why? You know that was more uncomfortable than trying to poop out a porcupine.
As long as you poop it out head first, you'll be
okay.
okay.
Ringside, This Is Your Life version.
It sucked, Mark. I'm telling you, man. Like, well.
He stayed in full gimmick the whole time.
But also had to do commentary.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, like, okay, Eddie somehow finagled the interview, and I still hate him to this day for that.
I know.
But I was, I can't remember if it was for IWA South or if it was for
LXW.
Was it LXW?
It was an LXW show.
You know, the promoter's like, okay, I'm going to send somebody out to do commentary with you. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm sitting there going, just not Freight Train, just not Freight Train, just not Freight Train.
Here comes Freight Train.
Here comes Freight Train. Hi. How are you? And I'm like, oh, no. And I was like, hello, Freight Train. My name is Mark. All right. No. Oh my God! And I'm like, there's just no way. It's like, it was.
Dude, Marcus, sorry.
Don't die.
I'm trying not to.
When you die on air. You know that, right?
I don't think y'all tried to kill me while I was freaking driving back from Atlanta one night. Don't even go there. After the ROH show, Billy Schmidtke, the roaming renegade, lo and behold, he and Bowman start going back and forth, and I think I've started hyperventilating twice. No, they didn't. They didn't have a paper bag. They tried to give me a used vacuum cleaner bag. But put it this way, I'm looking at Mabo during this whole segment. Mabo does not drink, but yet, lo and behold, in his heart, I know he is using the phrase,
¿Dónde está mi tequila?
I mean, it was just like, how am I mean, it was weird enough, you know, you can edit an interview, okay? Before we put it on the air, if we had to edit an interview, I'm sure Eddie wouldn't, but, you know, I'm sitting there having to call the match, and I'm like, you know, no, for Freight Train, what do you think? Yeah. He slammed him. It was
I'm not kidding. He's right.
And I'm like, oh, just Jesus, take me now. I can't deal with this. I mean, don't get me wrong.
It's like trying to call a match with Cleveland from Family Guy.
He really does.
That's a good one.
Just be like, what do you think about that? Oh, it was nasty. But I mean, look, I've had the honor of getting to work with Freight Train for a couple times now. You know, being in the locker room with him a couple times. He's a great guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a great guy. But oh my God, don't put him next to me because I'm just going to look at him like a dog looks at a ceiling fan.
Not kidding. It's true. It's damn true. It's real.
Wow.
And no, it's not Kurt Angle. It was priceless, though. And at the end of the night, no! Okay, then.
We had him we had him up at CWFA Atlanta, and the kid's over. You know what I mean? Because the people just support it, and good for them. You know, I'm glad nobody's going out and just crapping all over it. Right? See, exactly. I use crap. I'm getting better. So they're not doing that, which is fine. And his stuff looks completely fake, and it's not good for business. But who cares? It's fun, and that's really what matters, right? You know, we're out there having a good time. So he came in at one of the CWF Rumbles, and I think him and Mecca got in there together, and it was like the battle of the big men, and Mecca's doing his deal, and Freight Train gave the lightest clothesline I've ever seen in my life, and Mecca sold it like it was the biggest thing in the world, like he just got hit with an atom bomb right in the middle of his chest, and just put the kid over, and it's it's cool to see stuff like that, and for guys like him to be able to live out a dream, be able to get the business and do the things that he's done. Honestly, he's done a lot, and good for him. But Jesus, man, there's only so many of those. I've worked shows with like Little Donnie and guys like that. And,
we worked with them before too. Yeah, that entire contingent it's fun to work with them sometimes. Okay, it's fun to work with them when we get a chance to work with them. That's the easy way to say it.
Well, brother, it's fun, I'm sure, to be on a show with them. I don't think I would have as much fun working with them. I think I would pull my hair out, and I don't have a lot of hair. I'm not willing to part with my beard, so
I was about to say from somewhere, because I knew on the north side of the noggin you were follically challenged. I knew on the front and south side of the noggin you were actually plumage.
I shaved my head. Thank you. Shaving on purpose. I've been doing it since I was a kid. And regardless of the fact that I have a receding hairline that's worse than Shawn Michaels, okay, I still shave my head. So it's not a challenge. I'm familiar with it, and I take care of it every 2 weeks.
Go! Homer's getting a workout today, son of a gun. It's the most I've used the Homer drop in years. But okay, I'm going to hyperventilate again. Stop, halt, cease, desist, whoa, yet, back up. Okay, so you're going to be in Atlanta on the 25th, right?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be down there. I'm trying to get up with the promoter there to actually get a match on the show. And
Josh Wheeler, yeah.
Coming down with what's that?
With Josh Wheeler? Or M1?
Yeah, trying to get up with him to actually work. Worst comes to worst, I'll just hang out and watch, and I might come over and throw Corey off of commentary and do a match with you. So, if you're going to be there.
It's a bad word to say around Bowman. But, yeah, I don't know how well that's going to work as far as here's the sitch. I would love to make it over for the 25th, and I'll get with Josh and M1 and see if we can set this up. And if we can, yeah, you're fully welcome to smack the Smarky one in the head and kick him off commentary and come in and join me for a match.
Okay. Either way, I mean, I'll be there to hang out and enjoy. I know I really want to see the Sound and Fury guys against Team IOU. I've heard a lot about IOU, and I haven't seen them live.
Oh, and, yeah, they're fun to watch.
So, yeah, I know they're pretty damn talented. So, I think that'll be good, and I'm sure they always have pretty good, talent down there and stuff like that. So,
now, I'm trying
a lot of guys from up this way.
Sound and Fury, that is who?
Will Huckabee and Joe Black.
I've watched them in person before, and I've just got one thing to say. Lo and behold, to someone who shall remain nameless, you should have worn the socks. That's all I'm gonna. You should.
Yes, you should have.
You should have. You just should have worn the socks. That's all I can say. If the numbers are given to me the way that they were given to me, you should have just shut the hell up and worn the socks and let the gavel smack the counter.
Yeah, that's it. That is exactly it.
So you've heard the story.
It's his own damn fault. I don't feel bad for him at all. Somebody contacted me about that actually because they know I've kind of mentored Joe and Will since they got in, and I didn't train them by any means. Joe was trained with Walter Eaton and Kamikaze Kid and Trevor Lee, guys like that, and I kind of I was there to help him along the way and tell him when he was screwing up and just be the mentor type guy. Same thing with Will. Will was trained with I don't remember who, honestly. I think it was like Bobby Savage Frankie Fontaine and guys like that. But anyway, and he's made it really far considered. So they always, they'll come by and they hit me up for ideas and want me to watch their matches and stuff like that. So, I mean, you got to think, if they've been kind of reared by me and guys that I know, they kind of are like me. The fact that they're going to beat your ass if you do something stupid. And that's how it was voted, too. The kid was stupid and he got called out on it. And, it is what it is. Basically, the court was in session. And I will say also, last thing about that, unless you guys want to keep going. If Jay Briscoe did it, your little punk ass should have done it. Plain and simple. If you're listening, that's your fault. So.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
We'll tell you off there.
Yeah, about to say, hang tight. We're going to go to the bottom of the hour break, and we might just go ahead and grab the gavel ourselves before it's over with. Hang tight. Yours truly, the birthday boy, Mark Mabo Bowman, and the brute, Mark James. I'm still trying to get used to that one. We'll be back. This is Beyond Ringside Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans from around the world, I'm Lightning Mike Quackenbush, the master of 1,000 holds, and you're locked in for Beyond Ringside.
This is Merciless Ray Mercer, Olympic gold medalist and board member of Find the Dream, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
The To Be Determined show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
This is Danny Cage from the world famous Monster Factory, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
Hello, this is Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express, 8-time NWA World Tag Team Champions, and the true independent outlaw wrestler of the world. You're locked in Beyond Ringside.
This is Angel Orsini.
This is the Human Hand Grenade, Danny Only.
This is Dirty Dutch Mantel.
This is Liz Savage.
This is Vinny O'Brien, 2010 Golden Glove champion. This is Gabe Sapolsky from Dragon Gate USA and Evolve Pro Wrestling, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside.
Hour 1 of the books, hour 2 underway, 22 before the top of the hour. We just have too much fun talking off air sometimes, and it's kind of like the running gag that we have. One of these days, we are going to release the off-aired production recordings. I will probably put them on archive.org. That way they can't be traced back, even though I'll put my name on them. And by the time they get uploaded and released, I'll probably not be on this planet anymore. That way I can't be drug in a wrestler's court. And you can't do it as a preventative measure. Not going to happen. Kid, you should have wore the socks. That's all I'm going to say. Mabo, now that you know the story, do you agree?
I don't. I mean, I agree, but it's just. Good gracious! Oh.
I got a couple of quick program notes for everybody. Due to illness, Smart Rage is under the weather this week, and Corey, we do hope you start to feel better soon. Shh. Wrestle Rage Radio will not be broadcasting this evening. However, in its regular time slot, the brand new edition of the Midnight Black Mass with Reverend Dan Wilson will be going live.
Wait. Why can't I just do this show with Stanford?
You mean with Schmidtke? Oh, you mean with Mark? Or with who?
No, he's asking why I can't just do the show with Stan.
Oh, because Stan... Okay, well, we'll do this on air. because Stan is in the middle of family circumstances right now. That's why he's backed away from Sunday nights and has actually been joining me on and off on Tuesdays.
Okay, so who's doing Wrestle Rage other than that guy?
Actually, when Stan is able to be there, he is there. When he's not able to be there, I still act as producer and technically as co-host. And then when it's like on pay-per-view weekends, when they can't go after the pay-per-view, Stan will still come on and join me Tuesday nights on Back to Basics. You know, kind of like, see, it's like the night.
You guys have a lot of shows now. Like I'm so lost.
Okay.
It used to be it was just Beyond Ringside.
Okay.
And then you tried the Saturday thing, and now you got like 15 of them. I can't keep up.
No, actually, there's 6 on the there's 6 on the station now. The trifecta on Sundays, Beyond Ringside, and let's give everybody the rundown. Saves me in shameless plugs.
There you go.
That's what we do around here, folks. Beyond Ringside Live, Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Central Eastern. Wrestle Rage Radio, Sundays, 9 p.m. Eastern. The Midnight Black Mass with Reverend Dan Wilson and Andrew Alexander, Sundays at 11 p.m. Eastern. It's midnight somewhere, just like it's 4:20 somewhere, like Jimmy Buffett said. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, Back to Basics, the 10 count. Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. The To Be Determined Show, Wicked Nemesis, Angie Nemesis, The Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, Brian DeFord. And I think that's the rundown. Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Saturday Showcase, Shooters Gallery.
Hold on. Who is this?
I don't know. Is it Triple H and Stephanie?
It's Triple H and Stephanie.
I gave him your number.
Oh, I know who that is.
Okay. Yeah, but
Who's the opposite of Triple H and Stephanie?
Completely and totally.
Hornswoggle?
Who's it, Zack Ryder? Just kidding. I like Zack Ryder. Believe it or not. Now, Mark James, you said you were actually getting ready to start work on a new radio show as well.
Yeah, I've been talked to about a show, Carolina Wrestling Live. It's on Thursday nights on the Blog Talk Network. It is run by a gentleman named James Shaver, who's pretty cool. He's a big fan of wrestling, especially in the Carolinas. He's done a lot to help support it and things like that. Big PWX and CWS fan. So the guy, he tends to travel around to a lot of the shows, and he's pretty knowledgeable. So he asked, he had a guy named Big Country who was doing it with him for a little while, and he had to step away again for personal reasons. So he contacted me last week about jumping in with him on the show. I threw out a couple ideas because you know me, man. I never know my schedule and when I can actually jump on and when I can't, things like that.
Right.
I promised him I told him I couldn't promise on being there every week, but I'll be there as much as I can. Definitely this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for those in any other time zone. But yeah, it's going to be Carolina Wrestling Live, and we'll shoot out a link. There's a page on Facebook if you guys want to go like it and all that stuff. So it should be pretty fun. I have no idea who our guests are this week. No clue.
Well, tell you what, I know that you said that y'all are going to be doing it on Blog Talk Radio, which first off, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, not my deal.
Because
I will put your station over for him to possibly switch if he would like to. So,
well, if
that's
here's
something you're gonna have to talk to him about.
Your timing's impeccable because I will lay this one out there in public. Resisting, we're still resisting. Nope, not going to resist. In public, if you will. Had to get that one in now.
The what?
In public, if you will.
Yeah.
The Dustyism.
Uh-huh.
If y'all do a secondary recording or a recording of the show, whether as in start to finish as aired, shoot me a copy of it. We'll put it in rotation over here on BR.
Okay.
Easy. Damn, that was difficult.
Don't they do that on Blog Talk anyway?
Do a behind the scenes version or a production version recording. Use Audacity on a desktop and just shoot it over, and I'll plug in PSAs and stuff like that or whatever spots they want to use. Because Blog Talk Radio, as it goes out, sounds like a really crappy AM radio from the 60s.
Gotcha.
Have you listened to a blog talk show?
No, I don't. I usually just call in. So I don't,
well, there you go.
I'm getting interviewed. Okay, so I'll talk to him about that.
We'll get with each other off air about it,
because I'll be calling in from my phone. I'm not going to be on a computer. I don't have. Dude, you know me, man. Once I got out of the podcasting and all that stuff, I like burned all my crap. So, like, I don't have anything anymore. Like, lost the headsets. I barely have a computer nowadays. I'm completely off the grid.
I figured.
I don't even know.
I figured Mini Mark was using the headsets for a teething ring.
No, he's a bit past that point now. But yeah, I have no idea what I did with any of that stuff. So I think I lost it in a divorce probably. So could have happened.
Ooh. Ow. No, there's other stuff I can lose in a divorce other than my headset and my computers. That ain't gonna happen. I have a gun. I'd shoot somebody. I'd put. I'm sorry. I have a paintball gun. I'd shoot somebody. I have a rubber knife that has an ink that can come out like it's a spongy thingy. I just make it look like I'm stabbing somebody. You ain't getting all my computer crap. Sorry. Can you tell I'm trying to get around that?
How hard would it be to for you guys to just produce it?
Depends on the day of the week.
Thursdays.
Don't know. I work on Thursdays, and so does Cosper, so that's going to leave both of us out of the loop. But like I said, if y'all can send us the as-aired recording of it, I'll be more than happy to run it over here.
Okay. Well, we'll talk. We'll talk later.
Easy enough. It's a piece of cake, dude.
Yeah.
If they're up for it, I'm game. GAME. No relation to Triple H. Sorry, Maybo.
Which, by the way, I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, I was pretty sure he was going to call in.
It is your birthday. You should have.
I know, right? And I mean, you know, we're trying to help him get, you know, this new little company he has going, NXT. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Vaguely.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a couple of guys, you know, that I think you know that might be down there. But
yeah,
you and Dawson
so
are.
You've heard of this new little startup project he's got going, and out of the kindness of our hearts, I extended the invitation for, you know, he and his good lady wife to come on air and discuss his new little company. I mean, I know he hasn't been doing anything, you know, important in a while anyway, you know, at least not till the next DX reunion. So I figured he could come on the air, talk about his new company, and, you know, we could help promote it, help maybe get it over, you know, because, you know, I don't know what their attendance is like. I heard it's been okay. You know, I heard they did decent up in New York about a month back.
Yeah, actually a couple people showed up for the event in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You know, I mean, I heard he might be, you know, you know, especially with his larger events, you know, he kind of hot shots him a little bit, but yeah, whatever. I'm not running the company, but that's just, you know, just we extended the you know, invitation there, so, you know, you figure he would show up.
Yeah, it's kind of a slap in the face to you. I understand. So for everything you've done for him and his endeavors, and for him to treat you like that is pretty bad for business.
And on top
of
it,
I mean, I'm not trying to clap on him or anything. I mean, the guy, you know, I'm sure he's busy. I know he's got a couple kids, but, you know, I figured, hey, you know, we could probably help get some advertisement for this, you know, your little company there, and, you know, put some. You know, I don't know how much his wife's bringing in these days. I don't know what she's doing. You know, I heard she's.
I mean, obviously they're struggling a little bit because she's selling all her stock. So.
Oh God, yeah. So obviously something's going on if she's selling all her stock.
Yeah, something's happening.
She needed the extra money to pay for the network. She's having to give $9.99 a month for it.
But you know, I'm just saying. You know, we're trying to help out a little bit there, and. Just figured he would, you know, maybe they'd want to come on and, you know, promote the event. And, you know, I'm not saying we could get them a lot of people, a lot of, you know, but, you know, maybe we can help a little bit so his kids won't go hungry. I mean, you know, I'd hate for him to have to go to, like, his, you know, father-in-law or anything for any kind of loan. But
yeah, that's just depressing and kind of demeaning. You can't do that. I'm not sure if I want to continue being a part of this conversation with where it's going. He's talking about his kids need to eat and stuff like that. Like, I know I don't have a shot in hell of working with those guys.
Neither do I.
I've learned my lesson about things to say about WB in the past, so I'm not sure if I want to be involved in this. These thoughts are not the ideals of Mark James or anyone involved in Mark James Incorporated. Thank you.
or Fast Eddie Lane or FEL International. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
And right now, somewhere up in Stamford, Connecticut, or wherever the hell he is, Triple H is dying laughing on the floor. He's like, "That's crap I would pull."
Yeah, like he was even seriously, you think he's even listening? I mean, can the guy even afford the internet?
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Mark James.
Wow.
Watch an artist at work. No, but I think JBL might be listening right now.
Oh my God! You know what you swear to God, that drunk.
Okay. I was kidding. Stop it.
Oh, I hate him so much. Oh God, I hope his liver fails on air.
Jesus.
Boggle, did you see that? Hey, Boggle, watch this. I know I'm supposed to get these guys over, but I'm going to bury him right here, Boggle. Boggle, watch this. I'm going to interrupt everything. Hey, watch it, Boggle. I'm going to crap on Byron Saxton. Boggle. JBL can rot in the lowest levels of hell.
Okay, stop there. Which should have been done about a minute and a half ago. But
I'm just saying,
friends, please send your requests and thoughts to Mabo, care of Beyond Ringside.
And if you may,
I hope his next little mountain trek, he just happens to slip and fall.
Jesus,
that'll be.
What did he do to you that has made you hate him so much?
What did he do?
Yes.
What did he do?
I'm still trying to find this one out, Mark.
Because I mean, he's funny. Albeit, yeah, he'll bury the hell out of some people, but he's funny. He does bring up some really good callbacks also in there. But yeah, there's times that they probably could have done better with him not talking. It is what it is.
No, he knows what he did. He knows
what he did. He won't even tell us. That's great.
Seriously, all those years ago, he knows what he did.
Okay. Jesus.
Welcome to my world.
He's going to sit there and accuse me of... All I wanted was an autograph. Okay? This was probably 2000, somewhere in that area. 2000, 2001, something like that. Maybe a little bit later. I don't know. All I wanted was an autograph. I couldn't afford to go and, I wouldn't even know where to go to buy 8x10s, especially in the 2000, 2001. The internet wasn't as prevalent with the websites that you go. I'm trying to figure out where to get. So what do? I spend all night, trying to find the best quality pictures possible of my favorite WWFE superstars at the time, whatever it was, I can't remember. And I spent up all night trying to find, and then printed them up. Went and bought, didn't one paper. No. Got the good card stock. From Walmart. Spent my own money. Stayed up all night, knowing that I was going to get up at the butt crack of dawn anyway, to go down to the Civic Center and meet them and to get autographs. Why? Because that's appreciation. That's how I do it. And that's how I show appreciation. Oh, I was like, hey, good job. Do you mind taking a picture and signing this? No. A lot of people were cool. Even yes, they weren't the best printed because it was like it was an old computer. I mean, like I said, it was 2000, I think, somewhere in that area. But I just wanted to sign the picture that I spent all night putting up. And he sits there, and he's got enough nerve to sit there and look at me and go, oh, you'll probably just sell that on the internet anyway and make money. So you know what? Screw you, JBL, you piece of trash.
Question. Were you planning on selling it on the internet to make money?
No, because I believe it or not, I still have, let's see, the Hardys were cool enough to sign. Who else? Kurt Angle.
If not, I could run by their house.
Well, Kurt Angle was cool enough.
You moved closer to them, didn't you?
Huh?
Mark James, you moved closer to them, didn't you?
Yeah, they live like 20 minutes from me. I've been to parties at their place and everything, all the Christmas parties and all that stuff.
But you know what? There was a bunch of people who were cool enough to actually sign them and didn't say a word. But no, not this son of a bitch.
Well, you can't get mad at the guy for calling a very good possibility out. You know what I mean? Like if it was like Rob Feinstein or something like that, then that probably would have happened. He's taking those things right to eBay and selling them. And there's plenty of people that do it, so it's an issue back in the day, and the guys aren't making anything off of it. I understand.
It was a personal attack. That's what it was. He didn't like me. He looked at me, and he didn't like me for some reason, and I don't know why.
Well, have you seen yourself?
I'm a likable and lovable guy. I'm like a walking panda bear. Okay? Yes, much like a panda. If you tick me off, yeah, there's a good chance that I will pull a small Chinese kid through the bars and maul them. But that's not my fault. You shouldn't stick your arm through the bars and piss me off. But other than that, I'm pretty much like a panda. I just want to roll around and eat bamboo and fart. That's all I want to do. And JBL, with his Margo, I hope you freaking die.
I'm glad you don't hold a grudge.
No, he doesn't.
And I don't care if he's supposed to be this big badass known throughout the wrestling community or whatever. I don't care. If he was here, I'd be like, you're a jerk. How dare you, Alky?
Although I would like to sit back and say I do hold WWE in contempt of court for not actually recycling all the cans that they went through during the Attitude Era using the APA gimmicks, because they could have probably saved that. They could have probably made back a ton of money by all those cans they went through. That's the easy way to say it. 4 minutes before the top of the hour, folks. Anything can happen around this place. I think we made Mabo pop.
You know what's not going to happen?
What?
You know what's not going to happen?
What?
You say anything can happen. You know what's not going to happen? Apparently, Triple H and Stephanie aren't going to call in because they're not very appreciative. I mean, they say they appreciate their fans, but you know what? They haven't called in.
Stop it. Just stop it now.
They haven't.
You know who would actually be... I would have actually loved to have known it. How come you didn't try to get Quackenbush to call in?
Because they're still doing some stuff up there. I told you they had their other show, I think last night, up in New York City, and then I think a lot of them, like Bryce, I know they were walking around the Comic-Con today.
Oh, that's right. New York City Comic-Con was there, is going on.
Yeah, if there's a Comic-Con, you know Shakara's there. Somebody from that company is going to be there.
Shoot,
those guys are awesome, man.
Dude, if I was up in New York, I would be at Comic-Con right now.
I know, right?
It's just I can't get into them. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm not a big comic guy. So.
By the way, I'm going to throw this one out there, and I know you've been seeing it on social media just like I have. Team Shield or Team Carter?
Who?
Team Shield.
What did he just say, Eddie? What did he just say?
Yeah, but I also know how much Mark watches social media. Not Twitter nearly as much as he used to.
No, not at all, really.
Okay.
But who? Team who?
Yeah, I've been dying laughing over the last 24 hours because I just stumbled across this myself. Dub Smash. You've got Marvel characters from Agent Carter as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that are doing a Dub Smash lip sync dance challenge and trying to raise money for charity. And, oh, God, any other time I could remember the one that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because it's one of my favorite charities, that they're actually they're doing... Cast members of both shows are doing challenge matches, so it's either hashtag Team Carter or hashtag Team Shield.
I have no idea. I don't watch either of those shows. So,
and
I don't know.
I have no idea what a dub smash is.
I think it's dubsmash.com.
Painful.
No, I said dub smash, not ball smash, not butt smash.
Well, it's what should have happened to dubstep about 10 years ago.
Doomch. That's what should have happened. Yeah, dubstep. Let's take a perfectly good song and cut it in half.
Dubstep?
Dubstep is a type of music. I'll tell you about it off air. And there's some parts of dubstep that are really, really cool. I enjoy listening to it. There's other parts of dubstep that I can sit back and go, why? But then I've been saying that about music for years. And It's funny because I'm over at WWE.com for a second, and I was looking for the current lineup for Hell in a Cell 2 weeks away, and I was actually trying to make sure that Hell in a Cell was going to be on October 25th, because I think we're going to take that day off. If nothing else, I'm driving to Atlanta just for the hell of it to the AWE show, and we'll talk to Josh Wheeler and M1 and see if BR can go live from there all over again from the Masquerade. And we might actually try to negotiate a peace treaty. It's a huge, tremendous long shot, but I'm going to see if somehow we can negotiate a peace treaty. And here's the other kicker to it. You know, you were talking about Kaiju a second ago. The new Shinedown album cover looks like something you would see at Kaiju, or especially Kaiju Big Battle. I think it's cool as hell. It's totally out there, and it's something that Shinedown would do. Do me a favor, Mark James, what you got on the horizon, and how can everybody track you down, my brother?
Yeah, I am at CWS in Asheboro, North Carolina, coming up next week, and you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever. It's at Real Mark James is the name for it, or you can find us on at Book the Brutes on any of those, except for Snapchat. I don't think we're on that. But yeah, so Facebook and Twitter for that. And for any promoters out there that may be interested in a slightly overweight, really pale guy that can work pretty well, my name is Mark James, and you can find us at Book the Brutes, bookthebrutes@gmail.com. Sorry. So give us a shout. We will travel.
Always a pleasure to have you on, brother. You, like I said, you don't have to wait for me to get in touch. You know, you can always pick up the phone and say, hey, dum-dum, what's going on?
I'll have to start doing that more. I always say this every time we get off. Yeah, man, I'll do it more often. Yeah, all that stuff. I'm just an idiot, and I'm terrible with keeping in contact with people, so I'll do my best. I'm sorry.
I say the same thing when I talk about my ex. I swear I'll keep in better touch. What time is it? Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Ladies and gentlemen, going to the technically top of the hour break, and we're still inside. Really? Can we get a quote? Can we get a quote on that? No, I thought he was trying to give us a quote. Was that Munch? What was that sound in the background?
I have no idea. I got dogs over here barking. So
that was it. That was it. We were trying to get a quote from the dog before we went off the air, but he actually got quiet for a second. Damn it! See, that's what happens. It's Maybo's birthday, and everybody who's supposed to give us a quote didn't give us a quote. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mark James has, of course, gone beyond ringside. Always a pleasure. Hang tight. We'll be back. BR Live continues right after this.
It's me. It's that D to the O to the double G, always sitting next year, near doggy style, the road dog Jesse James, and you're locked in to Beyond Ringside. Get it? Got it? Good.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
Oh, yes, this is Paul Bearer, and some people call me Percy Pringle III. You're locked in to Beyond Ringside, my favorite radio station. Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smart Rage from Wrestle Rage Radio, coming to you from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Join myself and my co-host, Super Stan Grubb, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, as we present Wrestle Rage Radio, where we rant and rave on everything in the world of pro wrestling. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes it'll be just me and Stan BSing about the sport that we love, pro wrestling. Check us out. Tune in Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, only on the Beyond Ringside Network.
If you're listening to this, then you're listening to the sensational Mickey Knuckles, and you are locked in Beyond Ringside.
Southern Legacy Wrestling is proud to present their North Alabama debut Sunday, October 18th at 2 p.m. at Northwest Shoals Community College in Muscle Shoals. 5 big matches including AIWF World Champion Damian Wayne versus Crimson and Mr. Anderson versus Jeremiah Plunkett, plus Cowboy James Storm, The Rock and Roll Express, Michael Steele, and Hammerjack. Tickets are $15 general admission, $20 ringside, and children under 5 are admitted free with the purchase of an adult general admission ticket. Doors open at 1 and bell time is at 2. Get your tickets early so you don't have to miss any of the exciting action. Advanced tickets are available at Dynamic Fitness in Tuscumbia and Decatur, Unlimited Fitness in Muscle Shoals, Extreme Fitness in Killen, and Pegasus Records in Florence. Don't miss all of the action Sunday, October 18th at Northwest Shoals Community College. For more information, visit www.slwwrestling.com. Southern Legacy Wrestling, where tradition lives.
This is Hector Camacho Jr., and you are locked in with Beyond Ringside. It's junior time.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
This is Jim Cornette. You are locked into the show of all time Beyond Ringside.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
You know, I think I want Europe to perform at my funeral. No, because I think the final countdown will have already been done. Welcome back into Beyond Ringside Live Sunday night. Mabo's birthday. Congratulations, brother. Happy birthday.
It's just the one more year that I haven't either been incarcerated, killed, or, you know.
I swear I thought you were going to say laid.
Or laid.
Or laid.
I mean, but, you know,
you're notorious for that.
On Front Street here. It's been, what, 5-6 years now?
I don't know.
Oh, since you don't like me talking about that on the air, I'm not going to talk about it, but I think I told you off air before.
There's a whole bunch of stuff you told me off air.
Yeah, but about the fleshlights?
Oh, God, no.
I didn't tell you about that?
Tell me when we sign off air in 15 minutes.
Well, I was just going to say I had to throw them away because I forgot
okay.
to put them out for 2 months.
Stop it. Just stop it. Just stop it.
Smell better than Corey.
Okay. Really?
Sorry.
Really?
Sorry, wait, did I say that last part?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
yes, you did. WWE trainer Billy Gunn made an appearance at last night's live event in Winter Haven and was on camera. After NXT champion Finn Balor and NXT tag champion the Vaudevillains defeated Blake Murphy and Ty Dillinger, Gunn poked his head out of the curtain and was invited to the ring by Balor after throwing up a too sweet to Balor. Nice. Gunn turned the invite down until the fans chanted his name. This led to Gunn bringing Blake back in the ring for a famouser. Gunn, Balor, and the Vaudevillains did crotch chops and other DX mannerisms as the DX music hit. Dillinger came back up to the ring to trash talk but got hit by a famouser to end the show. Nice touch. You know, and that's something that I can genuinely appreciate is the factor of when you've got people that have done so much, and I genuinely am one of the ones who sits back and says that people like Billy Gunn have done a lot for this business. especially, part of DX, the whole Monday Night Wars, the Attitude Era, him, BG James, Brian Gerard, the Road Dogg. Both of them were absolutely tremendous in-ring talents. Great fun to listen to on the microphone. And I think Billy gets a whole bunch of undeserved crap when it comes to him messing things up on a microphone. Your thoughts, Mabo?
Yeah. I don't know.
Agree, disagree? Why?
I don't know. I mean, we all know that he wasn't he was not the vocal part of the tag team. He was the steak and Dog was the sizzle.
That's a nice way to put it. I'm curious to see what happens because while Xavier, this is also courtesy of Lords of Pain. Thank you, Mark Middleton. Xavier Woods was on the road with WWE this weekend. His Up, Up, Down, Down crew was filming at the New York City Comic-Con, where Corey Graves was also filming Culture Shock.
And also a friend of mine that I've met, through Chikara and on Facebook and stuff. He's also a big Girl Meets World fan too. He's at New York Comic Con right now. Reed Cooper Harris. I don't know. He's got like 3 first names. Anyway, he just posted a picture. He bumped into Corey Graves at NYCC, and he got a picture taken with him.
Cool.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Nice.
I know people who know people.
But unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to find out who knew Triple H and Stephanie today.
I'm just saying, you try to extend olive branch there, extend an invitation.
Olive branch, we're not mad at them, and they're not mad at us.
Well, I think they are mad at us. That's why they didn't call in.
Ah.
I don't know what you've said on air.
I haven't said a thing.
Apparently, you said something because they just snoop.
Oh, you can't say they no-showed us. They want to let all of our good friends know up in the northern United States area that Chikara Pro Wrestling is back on the road very soon. October 22nd, they'll be in Minneapolis, Minnesota for Making a Stand. And on October 23rd, Chicago, Illinois, Not Without My Daughter from Chikara Pro Wrestling. October 24th, Chikara presents Off the Hook in Jefferson, Indiana. And October 25th, Exit Strategy in Columbus, Ohio. 4 great dates, a great company. Chikara Pro Wrestling taking it back to the road. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Chicago, Illinois, Jefferson, Indiana, and Columbus, Ohio.
And from what I've heard, our mutual friend is texting me. From what I heard, not only will former Chikara alum, the anarchist Eric Cannon, be joining them for their Midwest run, but Eddie, you'll be if you've been keeping up with Chikara here lately, especially with the results coming out of New York this Friday, Saturday,
right?
And from the past couple events, there's been some weird going ons. I mean, even for Chikara, I mean, I'd say there's something weird going on in Chikara is an understatement. But you got Kevin Condren, who's the physical vessel of Kevin Condren's still there, but Kevin Condren is no longer there. Something, we're just going to go with something because nobody knows yet, known as Snowflake has taken over completely. Don't know what that means, don't know where this is going. But also, little dirt going on with Dasher's Dugout doing the whole Challenge of the Immortals, which, by the way, I think they've taken over the lead in point standings for Challenge of the Immortals. But Mr. Touchdown gifted Dasher Hatfield with a special elbow pad that Dasher's been using, and might not be on the level, and they're trying to figure out, has Mr. Touchdown gone back to his Rudos ways? But and also this kind of ties into their Midwest run coming up. Now, as you know, a couple of years ago we lost Farmer Frog thanks to Decalion. I know that hit you really, really hard.
Yes.
And but there had been a sighting of sorts in the Midwest area of someone known as Farmer Frog.
Really?
Now, yes. It's been ever so often, but for those of you who've been keeping up, that the whole everything to deal with from the Lord of Rot. I can't think of Naz Muldoon to the Eye of Tyr to there's a lot of weirdness going on in Chikara. Some people are saying Jervis Cottonbelly may or may not have inadvertently brought back Thunder Frog as Farmer Frog. No one's sure. No one, you have to go to Chikara. I wish I could remember the link I would send you guys. Actually, what I'll do is I'll get the link and I'll pass it on to the producer Monkey over at Beyond Ringside and have him post it. It's literally an almanac encyclopedia, catch you up on everything Chikara from season 1 all the way up till now.
Nice.
Yes, they're good friends. They're friends with Babs, and
never did hear from her, by the way.
Huh?
Never did hear from her.
Well, she's. I'll talk with you. I'll talk with you off air about that.
She's
also recovering from wrist surgery this weekend. So.
I was about to say, just like Wiggy, she doesn't love me anymore.
You and women, what can you say? But the past couple of events.
Nothing that hadn't already been said on Dateline NBC.
Yeah. Icarus, he's been able to drag. If for those of you who are Chikara fans, remember he used Thunder Frog's hammer to defeat and dispel Deucalion. Well, here lately, Icarus has been able to drag the hammer to the ring, but he's not been able to lift it.
Really?
Oh, yes. So what? Does that? What has Icarus done to become unworthy? And how will that tie into their Midwest tour, where Farmer Frog may or may not be? We're getting close to the end of the season, Eddie.
Yep.
So.
Very true.
But definitely check out. I know we're not into cheap plugs yet, but if you ever want a good place to catch the updates on Chikara events, other than the website, of course, ChikaraPro.com. Also, home of Chikaratopia, where if you're a subscriber, first of all, your first week is free. After that, $7.99 a month. But Tuesday night, with Chikara themselves, on their streaming channel, which comes through the website, you will be able to watch with members of Chikara and the Chikarmi the first night of King of Trios 2015. Nice. Yeah, this Tuesday night.
Very cool.
Huh?
Very cool.
Yeah, so just kind of keep that under your head. But also, there's a group that spawns back from the rebirth of Chikara.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Wait a minute. We just discussed it, and you said keep it under your hat. Wait a minute. What?
What?
No, when I said that, when I made the statement, that sounds cool. It's like, yeah, keep that under your hat. It's like, we just talked about it on air. How can we keep it under our hat?
Not keep it under your hat. What do you call it when you want somebody to keep that in your pocket?
Same thing.
No. Keep it on your hat means don't talk about it. Keep that in your back pocket. I don't know. What's the one where you want them to keep it in mind so they can watch it later?
Keep it in mind so you can watch it later.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay.
But it's a group that's called I Am Chikara, all I-A-M Chikara, all one word. I don't know if there's a hashtag or not, but like I was talking about Reed Harris Cooper Harris, I think it's Reed Harris Cooper. Anyway, he's good about it, or some of the other people who frequent the board are good about putting up the results as they're happening. If they're at the events or if they know people who are at the events. So check them out also as well, therefore, and stuff. And also Excellence Pro had their show last night? Check, please.
Yes, Excellence Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, they had their event. Yeah, their event last night, and read the results of it. It turned out pretty good, too. So.
Where did you find the results for it?
I don't know if you know this, Eddie, but I'm close personal friends with Edgar Excellence.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
No wonder we were able to get Tim Taylor and the proletariat Bora Moldova.
Yeah, I mean, I know Edgar Excellence is a cat, but, you know.
Yeah, I remember. You've been giving him catnip on the side, haven't you?
We don't talk about that.
I'm going to tell your gerbils.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have gerbils.
I'll tell your penny gigs.
I don't have those either. That sounds painful.
Yes, I'm sure it does. Remembering the fact, going back to an original topic on this afternoon show, or this evening now, Battle Bowl was a one-time professional wrestling pay-per-view event produced by World Championship Wrestling, and that did say one time. It was made up of tag teams in which the partners were randomly drawn in a lethal lottery. A team had to work together to advance to the Battle Bowl Battle Royal at the end of the night. The Battle Bowl concept had been featured at Starrcade 91 and 92, but this was the first time WCW chose to make it a standalone event. This particular edition, which of course I had a chance to meet and speak with a number of the stars of WCW, I'm not going to say I worked the event. I'm just going to sit back and say I was a DJ at a nightclub where everybody came to hang out with the exception of Sting and the other person with the prominent proboscis. Self-centered, feather boa wearing, one-dimensional jerk. And yes, that was pretty much a natural thing for me to say at that point, or at least a trip back to nature. Right, boy? The edition of Battle Bowl took place on November 20th, 93 at the Pensacola Civic Center in Pensacola, Florida. After the pay-per-view event, WCW discontinued the Battle Bowl series altogether. It's only been held once since then at Slamboree 96, and actually it has been held 3 times quite successfully by Peach State Wrestling Alliance. Thank you, Shane Knowles.
Suck it.
Which, of course, we were there, I believe, at the inaugural Battle Bowl for Peach State, right, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago. You know, I know we're nowhere near the anniversary episode of Beyond Ringside, but, you know, you and I have actually...
First of the year.
Huh?
Not till the first of the year.
Right. Normally it's January... the original broadcast return date of Beyond Ringside was January 25th. And unfortunately, that would be a Tuesday. No, that'd be a Monday night, which I'm sorry, I can't do Monday night shows. That's just a me thing. That's why I don't watch.
Apparently, neither can TNA.
Apparently, yeah, really. WWE still trying to perfect that formula again. Let's reinvent the wheel.
If they would have came on the air, they could have talked it out. Maybe I'm sure that they've got a show coming up Monday night. They could have helped push.
Joe Villa, thank you for listening.
I mean, we're trying to help this little company out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they've been around for a while.
Really?
But what have they really done?
Not much.
I know, right?
I mean, and you and I working together with them, we could help them get the name out that much more.
I'm telling you,
and
we could totally help these guys. I mean,
and think about it. They've got their network that virtually nobody knows about. And
I mean, if they would only disclose how much a month it would be.
And you know it's WWE, so it's gonna. I mean, if they have the control of their own product for price points, you know it's not going to be nearly as much as a single pay-per-view. I mean, you know, knowing Vince and how fair he is about the way he does business, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be more than $15 for the network.
I would say it was even lower than that, to be honest.
Really? Do you think they would do that?
Well, I mean, obviously they're trying to, make it as reasonable as possible so they can get as many people as possible, because obviously they're not doing any business.
Mark Mabo Bowman, last call.
Hold on, I'm giving them one last chance. We're live tweeting right now. Join us, ladies and gentlemen. Live tweeting right now. I don't know who John is. Stephanie and Triple H to join us on the show.
Knowing some of the things that I have said, especially regarding the Bella Twits.
Well, look, hey, how do you know that they? I'm just saying.
Trust me, words get around, especially on this wonderful thing called the internet that we're on.
Oh, by the way, I know what. I know you like to try to remain spoiler free.
Go ahead.
Oh, but have you seen who? I mean, come on, Eddie, you can't miss them. It's been all over the internet.
Are you talking about James Storm signing with the WWE NXT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think? I just hope he
Way
doesn't put it in
over
Braden Walker.
freaking due.
What? You don't like James Storm?
I said way overdue.
Oh, way over. That's it. Shit, whoop-de freaking do.
No, way over freaking due. I am extraordinarily happy that James Storm has been picked up by WWE. I think that's a great acquisition for NXT. And this is the funny part about it, because I was reading in one of the Facebook groups about the signing, and one person actually had the audacity and stupidity to follow up the post by saying, yeah, man, it's a shame he's got to go to NXT. Excuse me, you effing moron. This is where I'm breaking the code for a second. I'm sorry. I'm coming out of character on this one. People right now, because of the way NXT has blown up like a nuclear bomb, there are people that would kill to go to NXT more quickly or faster than they would want to go to the main roster product right now. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm going to sit back and say this. I have said on more than one occasion that Vince cannot afford me. If the price were right and the travel schedule were right and I could go to NXT and do commentary or announcing, my fat ass would sign in a heartbeat and not think twice about it, and I would not be the least bit embarrassed about signing with NXT. Because NXT, I agree with what has been said. It's gone past just being developmental. It is its own brand that is completely and totally rocking the wrestling world. I know of very few fans who have an IQ above that of dried wallpaper paste that say anything negative about VIP. You have about NXT. I'm sorry.
I was like, what?
My bad. My bad. About NXT.
I mean, look, VIP was a good show, Eddie, but
yeah, it
I
was.
think it's ran its course.
No, I'm sorry. That was Pamela Anderson, and that show sucked. But no, when I'm sorry. I'm right now, don't laugh too hard when I say this, and this is what I was trying to originally say. In my book right now, NXT would be the VIP section of WWE, more so than the main roster is. I still like Raw. I still like SmackDown. I love NXT for a number of reasons, and one of those reasons that's actually in my top 5, that by God, it's a Bella-free zone. It genuinely is, and I appreciate them keeping it that way. I don't have to see Nikki or Brie, either of the two sex bots. Talent is not sexually transmitted. I love you, AJ Lee. Plain and simple, I can watch NXT and not have to worry about one of the Bella twits. Thank God.
No, but you do have to worry about Eva Marie. So.
That's only one. I can ignore her.
She's prettier.
Not really. I mean, okay, look, Nikki is okay, especially, I mean, even with all the plastic she has now, she has about as much plastic as the Mattel Toy Factory, which I normally reserve that for when I go to the nudie bars. Man, there's more plastic here than Mattel or Hasbro. I will be so glad when their contract expires and they sleep themselves off to Never Never Land. And you're speaking to someone that has never watched Total Divas.
Yeah, I gave up on this season. And they've got my girl Paige on there, and I had to give up.
You know, I love Paige to death, but it's funny as hell. After the Stone Cold podcast, I looked at her as basically a Daphne imitator. No. She's doing the same bit, Scream Queen, as Daphne. No. Tell me where I'm wrong.
Okay, first of all, she's not constantly doing the scream like Daphne would do. First of all. Second of all, Daphne had a whole different look than
the goth rock chick? Sorry, same thing.
Oh, and then how many times have we had the face painted muscle guy, or the evil foreigner, or Billy Schmidtke blowing up my phone with text while we're in the middle of the show?
I know it. He's getting mine too.
Let the boy call in. He wants to wish me a happy birthday.
Who, Schmidtke?
Yes.
I never stopped him from calling in, and we're getting ready to go off air in less than 5 minutes anyway. Schmidtke, call in. Just keep it clean. You know the rules.
But, I mean, dude,
I'm watching.
What are you watching?
I'm watching to see when his number comes up. Oh, shit, he already tried to call.
Yeah, he tried to call. He said you turned him down.
No, I didn't turn him down. I didn't know he tried to call.
Oh. Well, I'm texting him now. But yeah, I mean, they're two different things. And I wouldn't say Daphne. I wouldn't say Paige is a Daphne imitator. It's two totally different things. I mean, Daphne, she established herself and set her own ways, and Paige set her own ways. I mean, originally, Paige didn't look like that when she was started. Her hair was actually very light, if I remember correctly, from some of the pictures I've seen.
And I just realized something. According to what I'm seeing right now, if my notes are correct, your UK counterpart is actually celebrating his birthday today.
Well, I'm just going to tell Mabel happy birthday. I don't care what Eddie Lane has to say.
Schmidtke, what's up, dude?
The ceiling, that's what's up.
That's a good thing. Because if it falls, it's going to be painful.
Hey, you shut up. Today is Mabel's day. Let Mabel speak. It's his birthday, not yours.
Mabel?
I mean, well, we were about to go off air, so I really don't got much to say. But thank you.
I try to be nice to Mabel, and he don't even accept it.
I said thank you.
What is he, a Eddie Lane wannabe?
No, I'm too tall.
Well, yeah, there is that. But I was calling to tell Mabel happy birthday.
See? Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
I don't have 3 letters in my name, but I got 1.
What?
Say what?
I'm not from New York.
Say that one more time?
So I'm not from New York with 3 letters in my name, but I can still call Mabel.
See, you actually have the decency to do that.
Oh, okay, I got it. It took me a second.
It took you a minute.
And it would have been better if you just said...
I would say it went over his head, but that's not going that far up.
You should have actually said Stamford, Connecticut, or, Greenwich, Connecticut. That would have made more sense, and then I would have gotten that reference, but not in New York City. No, it's not.
I got it when he said New York, dude. I mean, he was using the vernacular that has been used for,
years.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Eddie.
And, did you ever figure out who I meant when I said your UK counterpart, Mabo?
Yeah, I mean, technically, it's past midnight over there, right? Because
yeah.
I don't share the exact same birthday, do we?
I don't know, but according to Facebook, yeah, I think they're 6 hours ahead of us.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's already posted happy birthday on there.
Yeah.
So, wow. Yeah, October 12th. Yeah, so it is his birthday. Weird. Our birthdays are existing at the same time.
That's normally a scary concept when we get Mark Mabo Bowman and Mad Dog Matt Denton on the same line at the same time. It's normally right up there with having Mabo and Schmidtke on the line at the same time, which we're doing right now.
Well,
what's wrong with me and Mabo?
Yeah, we're trying to get our own show going, but the network seems to be...
I tell you what, we're going to do this totally ad-lib. Folks, bear with us. It is 25 before the top of the 8 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone on this 11th day of October, 2015. Yeah. Mabo's birthday, in progress on Beyond Ringside Live. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and say, it's now 7:36, but we're going to count it to 7:35. For the next 10 minutes, see, Mabo and Schmidtke are trying to put together a show, a little their own bit, which I look forward to having the content because I think it's going to be fun. I want y'all to go ahead, completely off the cuff. How would you treat your show starting right now?
Like right now?
Yes, right now.
Well, do we have intro music? Do we have something to get us hyped up? Do we have something to get the crowd going? No.
See, it's always something.
No, I'm just saying, we don't have any of that. So, I mean, you have your whole, Mike Macaroni thing that you just know in the business. No, you got music and everything. You can't just sit there and go and perform. No, I mean, this is not improv class. I mean, if it was, do we even have a name for the show? I don't even know if we have a name for their show. I mean, somebody's got to introduce us. And
we do have a producer. It's the best producer in the business, because...
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but...
He's better than Eduardo Lane.
Well, heck, we could have got Knothead Donnie Lane for cheap.
We probably could have got Knothead Donnie.
We need to get Knothead Donnie on the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Knothead Donnie Lane and Eddie Lane, let the cousins finally speak.
Yep. Yeah, he's got a point, though, that we're totally going to fail at doing this show if we don't know what to talk about. Because, it's just going to degrade down to you saying somebody's name and me cursing for like 45 minutes straight.
Which I hope never happens.
We ain't got to do that. We ain't got to do that. I don't have to mention names. Well, I'm not going to say names because I don't want to get you started on your birthday. Like Eddie tried to get me to get you when we went to Georgia. He told me to say that certain little catchphrase to you.
I had nothing to do with that. You are lying.
Who do you believe, Mark?
I don't know. I just like hearing you guys bicker like an old married couple.
Well, Eddie's the one that, he brings up that fella's name all the time.
Yeah, Eddie is an instigator.
And we're hemorrhaging listeners right now, and that's legit.
Well, I mean, look, they were tired of hearing us about 30 minutes ago. So pretty much when Mark James went off the air, they were like, what, they're not done? Crap, okay.
Okay.
Joe, sorry, yelling at guinea pigs.
Why are you yelling at the guinea pigs?
He's flipping his bowl over. He's literally wearing his bowl like a hat trying to get the food.
Well, maybe he's hungry. Maybe you should feed him.
They had a full bowl earlier. He doesn't need to eat again.
Well, maybe you should feed him again. He might be hungry. He might be Mabel. He might just be hungry.
No. He's. Ooh, you wait till I get off there. You just wait till I get this home.
Okay.
But no, I mean, if you want us to produce if you want us to start a show, Eddie, fine, we'll start a show. What's the name of our show?
I thought we talked about the name of the show being The Receipt.
Is that what we're
Well, see,
going with?
Mabel wasn't in the car because, he had played with his guinea pigs a little too much that Friday night to be able to go on Saturday.
And by playing with my guinea pigs, he means masturbating.
With his flashlight that he has to throw away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mabo, last call.
We're the hell last call or anything. Happy birthday, Mad Dog Matt Denton. I guess technically in your foreign country, in your land.
Yeah, it just showed up on my Skype line a second ago that in his time zone right now, beginning his birthday, and I just dropped by his Facebook page.
Yeah. So happy birthday to him.
You know what would even be funnier? And this would have to be done off air because it would violate so many FCC rules.
We get a quadriplegic stripper.
That's at the Claremont in Atlanta.
No, that's it. That is not at the Claremont. That's where strippers go to die. That's the Fat Girl Strip Bar. The quadriplegic is at Wesley's Booby Trap in Jasper.
No, there was a peg leg stripper. There was a stripper with a peg leg at the Claremont.
Well,
as
I
well
didn't
as
see
the,
a
as
peg
well
leg at the Claremont. I see a bunch of fat girls.
As well as the really rotund girl, as well as the really old ones.
No offense to the fat women out there. I know y'all stink together, but still.
Well, they stick together because of all the maple syrup and chocolate sauce, but it doesn't matter. If there's a stripper
God
with a
help
peg leg
me.
and she comes to me, I'm snapping the peg leg off and stabbing her in the heart. Why? Because more than likely she's a vampire.
There you go. That's what I was waiting on. Schmidtke, got something you want to use for a last call this afternoon? Topic, subject, or a question you want to throw out there?
Nope, it's almost beer 30.
It's almost beer 30. And I'm a part of the country nation. Thank you, Brad Paisley. Folks, let's break it down like this.
Break it down.
There you go. I did that in tribute to Triple H, who didn't call.
I'm telling you, I'm just wondering if he can afford to call in at this point.
I don't know. I mean,
I feel bad for the guy.
I mean, they do have kids to raise too, so.
They have kids. I know they're struggling with this new company. I mean, it shows you how bad they are. They're having to bring in names like, Samoa Joe and Rhino, and just to get people, just to.
And James Storm.
James Storm, I know.
And yeah, I mean, they're really doing all they can to hotshot their shows.
I'm telling you, and I feel bad for them.
I heard they even have a deal set up to where they're going to bring in Sting one more time.
No. I mean, I know you got to spend, spend money to make money, but jeez.
If that was the case, I'd have been in seven figures 10 years ago. If that was the case, we'd already be on XM satellite radio. For as much money as I've spent on the Beyond Ringside project. Hello. We'd already be syndicated on about 400 stations right now.
And we could charge $9.99.
You know, that's a great number. I wonder if, dude, that's it.
What?
You need to get in touch with Triple H and Stephanie and say, look, $9.99 would be a great price for them to charge for their network.
I've tried to get in touch with him, and obviously, so it's got to be something you've said on the air that he's not calling in.
He has bashed him pretty bad on air.
That's not true. He's my longtime close personal friend.
Don't start, because just because you waved hello to him at an airport.
No, I actually sat down and had a drink with him while I was at work one night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights.
He carried his bags for him, and he knows it.
Just because you tweeted him and he retweeted you.
Oh, no, that has nothing to do with it. He has not retweeted me on Twitter yet.
Well, you know what? Then I'm close personal friends with Dan Spivey and Rory McAllister and Looney Lane, because they all wished me a happy birthday, so no.
Well, congratulations, dude. I'm happy for you. No, actually, I'm just good friends with Tay Diggs. But
I'm going to have Nature Boy Paul Lee call
you are so fired.
I will stab you in your sleep. Actually, I will wake you up.
And then stab you.
Right as you wake up and you realize what's going on, stab.
By the way, Schmidt here, you in for the road trip next Saturday to Peach State?
Yeah, why not? I ain't got no, you don't think?
Okay, we're doing BR Road Trip, Peach State Wrestling Alliance, but we had situations last weekend. Everybody was freaking hungry because they wouldn't go get dinner because they were worried about me, which I appreciate them being worried about, but they could have brought me a damn to-go plate. And that way we'd have gotten all past. We would have never had Hooters to worry about. Thank you, Hillary, for just screwing up our night.
Hey, don't talk about Hillary like that. She was a damn good waitress.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'm not getting invited to this road trip.
You were supposed to go when your shoulder was hurt.
You were masturbating a gerbil.
I'm talking about this one coming up.
No, this coming Saturday night. It's going to be Peach State, Carrollton, Georgia.
Yeah, but you invited Schmicky, but you didn't invite me. That's just kind of rude.
I already told you.
I mean, we're on the air, and I mean, you could have. If it was different, it was off the air. I mean, see,
you could have
crap. No, it's crap like this. This is why Stephanie and Triple H won't call in.
Because we didn't invite them to go to Peach State? Stephanie, Triple H, if you would like to join us at Peach State Wrestling Alliance next Saturday night, love to have you down there. It's in Carrollton, Georgia at Central Elementary School. I'm going to be there. Schmidtke's going to be there. The Cos, Robert Cosper, is going to be there. Mark Mabo Bowman, we're trying to get him to go if he'd ever shut up and let me get the invitation out there that I thought I'd already told him about.
Invite me after you invited Schmidtke and Cos and Triple H, Stephanie, and all these other people. Oh, I guess I'm last on the list. Okay, no, that's cool, dude. That's cool.
You are such an ass.
I'm just saying.
And who's the
I'm
blonde
sure your
doing the
buddy will be there.
No, he won't be.
Why? They not have double doors?
Yeah, they do have double doors. You've been through them before.
I caught that comment.
I am waiting for Tuesday when San Andreas comes out on DVD and Blu-ray. That is just looking like everything I've heard about that movie has been good, and I really want to see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Now,
watching.
Say what?
Navy SEALs versus zombies.
Oh yes, starring Gunner.
Yes.
I got to get a copy of that.
Yeah, I do too. And then we'll turn around. Damn, we should have had him on the show today. I should have asked him to call.
He's in Los Angeles right now filming a movie.
He's what?
Yeah, he's filming another movie.
Good. When's he supposed to be back at PWX?
I don't know. When I talked to Corey, it wasn't about when somebody was supposed to be there. It was about when we get new shirts made.
And when he means Corey, he means Corey Hollis, one half of Country Jacked and part of the Experience at PWX.
I'm talking about the gay diabetic guy. The short, skinny one, not the big fat one.
Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Folks, unfortunately, due to circumstances beyond our control, Wrestle Rage Radio will not be broadcasting this evening in 13 minutes like they normally would. However, the brand new episode of the Midnight Black Mass with Reverend Dan Wilson will be kicking off right at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. PM, that is.
What's wrong?
Who? What?
Huh?
What do you mean, what's wrong?
Oh, no, there was one of the guinea pigs was squeaking.
Live programming will continue this coming Tuesday night, October the 13th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central. Beyond Ringside, Back to Basics. The 10 count is on. I have the privilege of being joined by a longtime friend of the family, the Bomber Jack Lord, this coming Tuesday night. Always great to have Jack on board. October the 14th, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. The To Be Determined show with the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis and Company. It's always a great time, and Wick missed him today.
I couldn't call in on my birthday. What the crap?
Hope he double tweets you. And of course,
he hasn't sent me anything.
Turkey. and it's Enochtober.
Huh?
And it's Enochtober.
I know, right?
We put Enochtober over. He could put you over on your birthday.
I'm kind of hurt. I mean, I understand, you got family situations going on and everything. That's cool.
There you go. And, of course, this coming Saturday, you got it on the 17th. Beyond Ringside Saturday Showcase, the Shooters Gallery is open with yours truly, Shane Knowles, and the cause Robert Cosper this Saturday morning. Once again, it's 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all upcoming show information as well. And check out the media page at BeyondRingside.com. Got links to complete episodes and recent interviews all available. And don't forget, on the replay side of life, known as the Beyondcast, thank you, Wick, you can find us on...
Wick did not come up with that.
Yeah, actually, he's the one who started that.
No, I did.
You started that?
Yes.
Then why does he take credit for it?
Huh?
Then why does he take credit for it?
Because he's wicked.
Guess y'all need to work that out between you then, don't you? You can find us on iTunes, Podomatic, Spreaker, Stitcher, a number of other different sources, including iHeartRadio. And for everybody listening on the live side, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't downloaded it yet, check in through your store, through Amazon, through Android, and through BlackBerry. You can find the Beyond Ringside radio app, and one of these days we'll actually get stuff straightened out with Apple.
I heart Lamp.
You love Lamp?
I love Lamp.
Thank you, Brick.
I love Lamp.
I'm refusing to watch that damn movie again. Let's take it home to the radio ranch for the roaming renegade Billy Schmidtke.
Spinning in circles.
For the birthday boy Mark Mabo Bowman.
Did you just say swimming in circles?
I swear he did.
You should. What, you only got one arm, or what's going on with that?
Was it happy birthday, Mabo? Cindy's waving and saying happy birthday, Mabo.
Oh, well, tell Cindy I said thank you.
He says thank you. I am the Magic City Motor Mouth, Fast Eddie Lane. Until next time, adios, das vidania, hasta luego, auf Wiedersehen, ciao, sayonara, adieu, arrivederci, farewell, abbassino, au revoir. Until we meet again, aloha means bye-bye. Join us right here next time as we all go beyond ringside. Bye for now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, no, because you'll have to pay copyright royalties on that.